As someone who's lived on the Gulf Coast for my entire life, I know just how important it is to be prepared for an emergency or a natural disaster. Hurricane season starts here in just a few days, and the NOAA is already expecting a 60% chance of above normal activity, and that's thanks to increased water temperatures in the Atlantic Ocean. For me, part of preparedness is storing up power. In this video, I'll be partnering with EcoFlow to take a look at the Delta 3 portable power station. This packs a ton of power in a very lightweight and portable form factor, which is great if you need to be able to carry this around the house and put it in places that need it most, like the refrigerator or deep freezer. Let's go ahead and get started. First up, let's get this out of the box and see what all we're working with. This is the quick start guide. We've got our AC charge cable. This is a DC charge cable. This looks like a DC to DC cable. And here we have the EcoFlow Delta 3 power station. Let's take a closer look. I do love the portable design here with the handles, makes it very easy to carry around. On the front here we have our LCD display giving us all of our information, including the battery percentage remaining, the estimated hours of use remaining, our output in watts and our input in watts. You've got your power button. This button turns on and off your USB ports. We've got two fast charging USB-A ports and two USB-C ports that do 100 watts. And then we've got 6 AC charge ports, so we can power a total of 10 devices on this side. On the reverse side, we have our inputs. So you've got your DC input for solar and car charging, and then you have your AC input for wall charging, AC charging. This is expandable up to 5 kilowatt hours, and this is where you would plug in the extra battery. Down here you've got your DC out port. This is just like a standard car charge port right here. Here you've got a couple of DC out ports with a 3 amp max. The Delta 3 has a 1024 watt hour capacity and can output 1800 watts of power. This means it has enough output power to power up more than 99% of all appliances, so this is definitely perfect for your refrigerator, your deep freezer, and even cooking appliances during a power outage. With the X-Boost technology, this can continuously power appliances up to 2200 watts with a surge of up to 3600 watts, so this can handle devices and appliances that need a quick burst of energy at startup, like a coffee maker or an electric chainsaw. This huge output capability makes this perfect for not just emergency backup situations, but also for RV and outdoor use. When you get a notification or hear on the news that a severe weather system is heading your way, you usually don't have a lot of time to prepare. The Delta 3 has a lot of different ways that you can quickly charge it in case of an emergency. When you plug this into an AC wall outlet, it charges it up to 1500 watts. You can charge this from 0 to 100% in just 56 minutes. If you're dealing with a prolonged power outage, this actually has several other ways that you can quickly charge it. With just 500 watts of solar input, you're able to charge this completely in just 2 hours. Using the 800 watt alternator charger, you can charge this to 100% in just 1.3 hours. This is even compatible with gas generators. 1500 watts of power from a gas generator will get this charged up in 56 minutes. You can charge this with multiple sources. For instance, 1500 watts of combined AC and solar power will get this charged up to 100% in just 56 minutes. One thing that would be very useful for me is using this as a UPS. So it has reliable power and it makes the switch in under 10 milliseconds when the power goes out. To demonstrate this, I've plugged up my entire desktop system, so my PC, all my lights, even my studio light. I was also charging up all of my cell phones that had been in a drawer. The Delta 3 had plenty of power to power all of that with tons of headroom left over. When I unplugged this from the wall outlet, I had that reliable backup and I didn't even notice that the change had been made. You can see here that the lights didn't even flicker when I unplugged this from the grid power. With the built-in X-Quiet technology, the Delta 3 is quiet enough that you could sleep in the same room. Even when this is powering up 600 watts of devices, it still runs as quiet as 30 decibels. When I tested this out, there was no difference in the noise level inside of the room whether I had the Delta 3 turned on or not. I did want to show you just how quiet this is, so if we go by just the room noise, we average about 35 to 40, and I'm in the kitchen. There is some noise that comes from the refrigerator, but when I plug this in and it runs at 600 watts or so, it doesn't make any extra noise. So you can see here at 600, we're still running about 35 to 40 decibels for the room noise. The built-in 1024 watt hours of capacity is enough to give you several hours of power on most of your appliances, but this does have flexible expandability up to 5 kilowatt hours. This is compatible with Delta 3, Delta Pro 3, and Delta 2 Max battery packs, so you can very quickly expand the capacity on this unit. Within the EcoFlow app, you can see the battery percentage remaining, the estimated time left on the battery's charge. You can turn on and off and monitor the wattage of the AC, USB, and DC ports. You also have smart management through the application. When you enable the Storm Guard option within the application, this monitors the weather in your area, sends you a notification when bad weather is coming your way, and then as long as this is plugged into the grid, it can turn on the device and automatically charge it so that it's ready to go in case of an emergency. This also has a time of use feature. When you're connected to the grid, this will charge and discharge during off-peak hours based on your time of use settings to save electricity costs. I do like that this also has a quick setting, so if you're not sure of your local rates, you can actually plug in your area and your electricity company and your rate plan, and it'll do the calculations for you. The EcoFlow Delta 3 is built to last. The lithium iron phosphate batteries can take 4,000 charge cycles and retain 80% capacity, so this gives you a 10-year lifespan. EcoFlow stands behind the product, giving it a 5-year warranty. Overall, the Delta 3 is a very powerful portable power station that I can pick up and take with me in case of an emergency. I love the fact that this can be fully charged in under an hour, and I was super impressed that this can be charged in just 2 hours with 500 watts of solar. This is definitely a great option if you're looking for a power station for storm and hurricane preparedness. I'll be sure to include links in the description so you can find out more information about the EcoFlow Delta 3 and purchase one for yourself. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.